It's UCO Homecoming Week. It's a busy week on campus. We will have all the details next.
The sun is shining, the wind is definitely blowing. Will that stay the same throughout the coming week? All that and more coming up.
And Bronco football takes down Emporia State. Phil Rodriguez has your recap and more next. KISS legend Ace Frehley has passed away. Chelsea Rios has your social media update later. All this and more happening now.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, Broncos. I'm Valerie Scott.
And I'm Zach Sexton. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Homecoming has begun, Broncos. 2025 marks the 108th homecoming for the university. This year's theme is Saddle Up Central. The kickoff started yesterday with a Central 5K around campus. Today, Broncos brought their creativity for a custom cowboy hat for Hats Off to Homecoming. Tonight, there will be a Western-style lip-sync battle from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Nye University Center. Tomorrow, the festivities begin at 11 a.m. under the blue tent at Bronco Lake, where students, faculty, and staff can create their own air freshener. To finish the night off, Broncos will compete in a volleyball showdown. Volleyball is the second competition event for Homecoming Week and brings the energy indoors at the Wellness Center. Groups must register beforehand in order to compete. Stay alert, Broncos, as this week is filled with homecoming fun.
Looking to add something to your calendar? Well, if experiencing different cultures is up your alley, then the Edmond International Festival may be for you. The festival will be celebrating its 50th anniversary this year in collaboration with the UCO International Student Council and various cultural groups from around the community. During this event, you can experience different cultures from around the world through display booths, live performances, and even authentic food. This tradition began in 1975 as a way for international students at UCO to share their culture. This event is free to attend, and if you are wanting to become more involved, volunteer applications are now open. For more information, visit at UCO_ISC.
Zach, I know I had to zip up my jacket as I was walking to my 9 a.m. class across campus. I know it was pretty chilly out there this morning.
Yeah, I'm pretty notorious for short sleeves, but I had to wear long sleeves while skateboarding. It was pretty chilly. Elijah, how's the weather looking outside?
Hey there, Zach. The weather's looking pretty nice outside. The sun is shining, and it's shining in full effect, all right? But the one thing you have to look out for is the wind gusts. So y'all can see we have a wind gust 44 miles per hour with a south wind of 31. So that means if you have a jacket, you have a hat, it might be flying off, all right? Umbrella, it might go crazy, all right? So I want you to stay vigilant and stay ready for that. We have a humidity of 32%, and because of that wind outside, it feels like 77, but it's actually 84 degrees. As we keep moving, we're going to be able to look at the allergy index. The biggest thing we have to look out for is the mold, right? It's going to be higher than anything else this week. Right behind it is going to be the grass, and as you can see is the weed, and last but not least is the tree pollen. So anybody that has allergies, I want you to look out and be ready throughout the week. As we look through the severe weather, we don't have any threats of flooding, any threats of hail, any threats of tornadoes. But the wind is coming through, and it's coming through crazy. All right, like I said before, if you have any jackets, if you have anything that is not really tied down to you, you might want to watch out. As we look through the rain forecast, the beginning of the week is looking great. The sun is going to be shining, barely a cloud in the sky, but as we move throughout the week, once we hit Wednesday, we hit Thursday and Thursday night, that's when the rain chances are really going to show up. As y'all can see, Thursday is going to have a 40% chance, and once we move to Friday, we're going to get up to that 70% chance with strong storms coming throughout the day. All right. As we look ahead, the sun is going to be shining. The sun is going to be shining throughout the sky throughout the entire week, but the rain's going to come through. The rain's come through on Wednesday, Thursday, and especially on Friday. But the clouds are going to stay throughout the weekend. Doesn't mean we're going to have rain, right? It just means we're going to have a cloudy sky. The sun's going to come right back in through that weekend. And a fun fact for y'all, it's actually National Day of Writing. But right back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Elijah. Hundreds of online services and platforms are getting back up and running after a widespread outage early Monday. Services affected include Venmo, Snapchat, Facebook, Prime Video, and Amazon's cloud computing. That's according to downdetector.com. Some airlines, including Delta and United, reported disruptions for some of their systems. Amazon Web Services said that Monday that it had issues with its cloud service operations. It said the outage lasted 3 hours and included entertainment and gaming websites.
Right now, French authorities are trying to track down the thieves who stole several pieces of jewelry at the Louvre in Paris. It's unclear just how many items were stolen. Officials say 2 pieces were recovered: the crown of Empress Eugenie, wife of Napoleon III, and a second piece of jewelry that authorities have yet to identify. Jean Sullivan has details on the break-in.
An elaborate robbery and jewelry heist in broad daylight at one of the most famous museums in the world. French authorities say thieves stole priceless jewelry from the Louvre in Paris Sunday.
It does appear that these were extremely well-trained robbers. They planned this meticulously, obviously.
The break-in happened in the museum's Apollo Gallery, which houses the French crown jewels as well as treasures, including Louis XIV's hardstone vessel collection. The thieves raiding the gallery in just 7 minutes at around 9:30 local time Sunday morning, just 30 minutes after the museum opened. Officials have not yet released full details on the stolen items or what they're worth. The Louvre is the largest art museum in the world, spanning more than 750,000 square feet. The Apollo Gallery is located on the first floor, not far from where the Mona Lisa is hanging. Officials say the thieves entered the museum from the outside using an external freight elevator that was on a truck, then forced open a window to get in. They then fled on motorcycles.
Nobody knew what happened. Like we heard the sounds and we didn't have no clue that it was a robbery.
The Louvre is the most visited museum in the world, welcoming more than 8.5 million visitors last year. Following the break-in, museum officials ushering out visitors and evacuating the building. The Louvre now closed.
It's a pity, but I think that when it is this is so exceptional, I think they can't do anything about it.
It takes a while to get the tickets to get in here, so it's a little disappointing.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
The last time there was a robbery at the Louvre was in 1911 when the Mona Lisa was stolen.
The Coast Guard has bought 2 Gulfstream private jets for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and other top department officials. The New York Times reported that 2 aircraft cost $172 million. The Washington Post put the cost at $200 million, including funds for new training, new paint, and cabin updates. Both figures are far higher than the $50 million the Coast Guard requested for a new jet this year. A DHS official said the aircraft were needed for safety. According to a statement, the department's existing jet is more than 20 years old. The source of the funding for the jet wasn't immediately clear. Have we officially left the summer weather behind?
I know today started off a bit chilly. Elijah will have your full look at weather after the break.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum.
This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why? My.
Oh.
Hi there, Elijah, with your another look at weather. All right, like I said before, we're gonna have temperatures outside of 84 degrees. Right, we have a strong wind current, strong gusts of 44 miles per hour with a south wind of 31, which means, like I said, hats, jackets, maybe those very, very open pants. Y'all gotta watch out, you might fly away. All right, now we got a humidity of 32%, but it feels like 77 because of that wind. As we look through the current conditions today, we're going to see that we have 84 degrees here in OKC, as well as in McAllister and Tulsa. But if we move up to the Panhandle, Guyman is going to be around 72. All right, as we move lower throughout the state, you're going to see that the temperature is going to rise as we go. If we look through tonight, we're going to see that tonight we're going to hit a low of 50 degrees. All right, clear skies throughout. The wind is going to come down, but it's still not going to go out completely. We're going to have a gust of 18 miles per hour, a southeast wind of 9 miles per hour. Right, but the humidity is going to grow just a little bit, just a tiny bit, to 40%. As we look through tonight, through the entire state, we're going to see that OKC is at 50, but McAllister and Tulsa is going to kind of edge us up a little bit at 52. All right, as we look higher into the state, we're going to see that the temperatures are going to get lower. As we move lower into the states, we're going to see that the temperature is going to get higher, with Ardmore 52, McAllister 52, and Lawton at 51. As we look through tomorrow, we're going to be able to see that we're going to reach a high of 73. Right around where Tulsa is, we're going to be at 74. Ponca City is 73. So the entire state is going to be around 70s to low 70s. And while we get to the lower part of the state, we're going to reach the high 70s, with Ardmore is 77, McAllister is 77, and Altus is 77 as well. Right? As we look ahead, like I said before, we're going to have sunny skies throughout the week, all the way till Wednesday. Once Wednesday hits, we're going to start seeing the clouds come in, right? Then we're going to see the rain throughout the the weekday end, I should say, or Thursday and Friday, with the rain chances really growing all the way till Friday at 70%. But the clouds are going to stay throughout the weekend. Doesn't mean the sun's not going to show up, right? Another fun fact for y'all, it's actually International Chef Day. Right back to y'all on the desk.
I'll make sure to keep my feet planted so I don't fly away, Elijah. Thank you. Coming up, who beat Dick Van Dyke for the oldest daytime Emmy winner title?
And what celebrity has recently filed for divorce? Chelsea Rios will have more after the break.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field?
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Broncos. I'm Chelsea Rios, and this is your social media update. Last Thursday marked the death of Liam Payne, former member of One Direction. Fans of Liam were gathering in Buenos Aires, Argentina to pay respects to the artist. The singer died in 2024 after he fell from the third floor of a hotel he was staying in. Liam Payne died at 31. The Kiss founding guitarist Ace Frehley has died. Frehley's family says he passed away last Thursday in New Jersey after he fell at his home. He died at age 74. Frehley grew up in a musical family and began playing the guitar at age 13. He co-founded Kiss in 1973 and became famous for his spaceman persona. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Kiss in 2014. Frehley is survived by his wife, daughter, and 2 siblings. Indiana Keaton's cause of death was finally revealed last Thursday. Keaton's family confirmed to People magazine that the Oscar-winning actress died from pneumonia. The family shared in a statement that they were very grateful for the love and support from fans. They added that any donations made in Keaton's memory will go to a local food bank or animal shelter as a tribute to the causes she was passionate about. Keaton died on October 11th, and she was 79 years old. And Sia recently filed for divorce, and her husband is requesting more than $250,000 per month for spousal support. The singer and songwriter filed for divorce from Daniel Bernard, citing unreconcilable differences. They got married in 2022, being married for about 3 years. According to court documents, Bernard said he has no source of income after he gave up his career as a radiation oncologist. He quit his career to open a ketamine treatment clinic with Sia. Bernard also said he became accustomed to the lavish lifestyle during their marriage. He is currently seeking $300,000 in legal fees and $200,000 for forensic accounting fees. And to end things on a higher note, Sir David Attenborough just became the oldest Daytime Emmy winner. On Friday, Attenborough became the oldest person to win a Daytime Emmy Award at just 99 years old. The previous oldest actor to win the award was Dick Van Dyke at 98 years old. Attenborough was recognized for his daytime personality for his narration in the Netflix program Secret Lives of Orangutans. He will turn 100 years old in May. Zach, I remember watching a documentary about mermaids and it traumatized me as a child. But I'm curious, what's your favorite documentary?
I really like the Netflix documentary Redeem Team. I'm a big classic basketball guy, and it's always good to watch a documentary about basketball. Valerie?
You know, this might come as a bit of a shock. I feel like most 22-year-old girls, when they get home, they turn on something like Pretty Little Liars, but my go-to is David Attenborough nature documentaries. If I had to narrow it down, I'd probably say The Secret Life of Whales or The Secret Life of Elephants. So I'm so happy to see David Attenborough in the limelight. Up next, Phil will have our look Up next, Bronco football laid a hammer down for Emporia State last weekend.
And volleyball splits 2 matches, including a marathon throwdown with a top 5 opponent. UCentral sports reporter Phil Rodriguez has all the details next.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead. Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Howdy ho, Broncos. It's Phil Rodriguez here, UCentral sports reporter. Lots of action to cover, so let's get down to it. First up, I think we've got a football highlight package that we're going to bring to you real quickly. We got down at the Chad Richardson Stadium, starting off Jet Huff hitting Hagen Hacker 38 yards for a touchdown with 13 minutes left in the first quarter. Jet Huff aired it out all over the place. He kept it going in the second quarter, hitting Christian Valeriano here for 44 yards, one of Valeriano's 2 touchdowns, stumbling all the way into the end zone. Then on the next drive for Emporia State, they get all the way down to the 5 before Ben Harris throws a pick because he gets tipped by Willie Rice, intercepted by Jack Puckett. Our Bixby recruit, senior linebacker, pulls that one in, gets the ball back to the Broncos, who on the very next drive, Jet Huff hits Ashton Schumann for his first touchdown of the day, a 21-yarder, before again, Ben Harris intercepted, this time by Connor Ashley. UCO takes over at the ESU 32, gets down there and scores, goes up 31-8 at halftime. Then after a Joseph Kim field goal early in the second half, they go up 34-8. So a big margin, but Emporia State cuts it back with the Diego Stearns touchdown with 7:58 left to go to make it 34-15. But Jet Huff wasn't done yet. Ashton Schumann bringing in his second touchdown of the game. He had an incredible night. 7 catches, 202 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, you can pose like that when you have a night like that. Later on in the game, we get another Christian Valeriano pass that sets up a 1-yard touchdown run from William Mason to make it 49-15. They didn't look back from that. 56-22 was the final score, and it really wasn't even that close. Jet Huff, 20 for 28, 449 yards, 5 touchdowns. Just found out before the show he was named the MIAA Conference Player of the Week. Huge game for Jet Huff. But it wasn't just the football team in action this weekend. Broncos volleyball team had reason to celebrate on Thursday as they smacked down Fort Hays State 3-0. Lori Migliorino and Micaiah Purdue each led with 11 kills as the Broncos cruised. But Saturday then was tough as Central Oklahoma fell to Nebraska Kearney 3-1. You can see they took out Fort Hays State easily in all 3 of those sets, but then Nebraska Kearney, that in a marathon match lasted an incredible 2.5 hours between the two teams as they played 2 marathon sets well into the 30s. Migliorino again finished at the top of the stat sheet with 18 kills across the set, with Sawyer Franz getting into the mix with 17 kills also. Tough matchup. Number 4 Broncos dropping it to number 5 Nebraska Kearney. But the next matchup for the Broncos will be at Arkansas Fort Smith on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Now, the UCO women's soccer team had maybe their best weekend of the season so far, winning 1 match and drawing another. First, on Friday, UCO held the 9th-ranked Central Missouri Jennies to a scoreless draw. A couple of shots from the Broncos came close in the final minutes, but UCM keeper Kristen Wright batted them away. Senior Broncos goalkeeper Avery Bass was the star of the show, however, as she saved all 6 shots on goal from the Jennies to grab the clean sheet. Then on Sunday, the Broncos cruised to a 4-2 win over Missouri Southern, with goals from Lauren Piper, J.C. Decker, Jordan Tanges, and Evelyn Sidneys. It was a great weekend for the Broncos as they move up the ranks in the MIAA standings. Now, there will be a lot of sports going on this week. There's what's called a sports equinox, guys. We're going to have 5 leagues, MLS, NFL, NBA, NHL, and MLB, all have games this week. Zach, are you going to be checking out any sports this week? What do you think?
I'm going to be paying attention to the hockey rink, but on my PlayStation. I've been playing a lot of NHL 25. How about you, Phil?
Nothing wrong with that, man. I'll be watching everything I can this week. Certainly a lot of baseball playoffs. I think, Valerie, you said you were going to check out the World Series this weekend.
Yes, I will definitely be tuning in for the World Series. My parents are hosting a watch party. Whether I'm more excited about the game itself or the snacks, I don't know, but I will definitely be tuning in. Coming up today is National Chicken and Waffles Day. How can you celebrate?
And Elijah DePona will have our last look at weather after the break.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Expanding horizons, making room for the new. The modern frontier is ready for you. There's more to discover, more fun to be found. Our city is rising, just look around. Attractions, adventures, excitement and thrills. Rooms of beauty and history where knowledge is filled. A convergence of cultures in spectacular places. Open skies, open minds, and wide open spaces. The modern frontier awaits you to embrace it.
It is time to celebrate a classic sweet and savory soul food. Monday is International Chicken and Waffles Day. Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles in Southern California founded the day in 2021, and now it's celebrated annually on October 20th. What's not to love about the tasty combination? It's hard to name another combo that you can have for breakfast and dinner. The pairing has been around for more than 150 years. No matter how you celebrate Chicken and Waffles Day, be sure to invite a friend and use the hashtag Chicken and Waffles Day on social media. As we enter into the last half of October, we're wondering what our fall weather will look like. Elijah will have our last look at weather.
Hi there, Elijah Spano with your last look at weather, but before all that, a look ahead. Now, today, Monday, we're going to have sun. Tuesday, we're going to have some sun. Wednesdays, the sun's going to be out. But Thursday and Friday, that's when the rain's going to come in, the rainy weekday, right? But we get to the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, that's when the clouds are going to stay. Doesn't mean we're going to have rain because the sun's going to come out for another day, right? And like I said, quick fact, International Chef Day. As we move on further on ahead, we're going to be able to see that not only tomorrow are we going to have a high of 48 at 7 a.m. when the sun rises around 7:42, all right? Once we get to noon, we're going to be at 73 degrees, right? That's going to be the high of the day, all right? And then once we get to 7 p.m., we're going to be able to see that we're at 49 degrees when the sun's setting at 6:47, all right? As we take a look at the 7-day forecast, we're going to be able to see that, like I said before, Monday, Tuesday is going to be when the sun is really out. On the night, as you can see, we're going to have really, really cold nights, but the days are going to come in with the sun, with the shine, until we reach Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's when the rain chances really come in. Friday is going to have the highest rain chance with 70% throughout the entire day. But once we get to the weekend, the rain is going to go away, but the clouds will stay. So we're going to have rain chances on Saturday, very small rain chances, until we get to Sunday, where the sun's going to be right back out in full force. But that's all I'm going to have for your 7-day forecast. Right back to y'all at the desk.
Elijah. Well, Broncos, it looks like we have a great homecoming week ahead. Valerie, what event are you looking forward to this week?
You know, actually, I am really looking forward to the Western style lip sync battle. I think that's going to bring out a lot of attitude and a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to that. What about you?
I'm looking forward to Yell on Friday, and I'm excited to yell and participate. But thank you, Broncos. That's all the time we have for tonight. My name is Zachary Sexton.
And I'm Valerie Scott. Thank you for joining us.